Good evening, campers, and welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I am Commander Exorcist, and it is Talk O Tuesday. Welcome to my weekly show where I take a look at what's happening, the latest events in Elite Dangerous on Galnet, and see what's happening in the greater galaxy. And wow, so I was on vacation for a while. I've been gone for about a month. I published a couple of videos that I had pre-recorded. But now I'm back. I'm back on schedule. And oh my God, there has been so much that has happened since I was gone. We've apparently encountered a new Thargoid variant called the Scythe. And reports say that it's collecting Commander's escape pods, like occupied escape pods. That's terrifying on a number of levels. But that's for another day. But perhaps probably the most one of the most significant things is we've learned the fate of the Dedicant. Now, if you recall from a previous video that I did, the Dedicant is a megaship that was chartered by the Far God Order. And basically what had happened is the Federation had rounded up all of the Far God adherents, all of the faithful Far God followers, put them on a megaship, and we're going to send them into Alliance space. Well, the ship disappeared. And there has been a search for it for the past couple of weeks. Well, it's been found. And we're going to talk a little bit about what has happened, because I haven't read this article entirely. I've read a couple of lines on it, but I have a feeling I'm going to have a few things to say. So let's get started. We're going to talk about the fate of the megaship, the Dedicant, because as you can see in the title, cultists blamed for the Dedicant tragedy. Are they to blame? Maybe. Let's take a look and see what this says. So we got President Zachary Hudson has accused the Order of the Far God of being directly responsible for the fate of the Dedicant megaship. Now, that first line, Zachary Hudson's losing a lot of points, with me especially. This is such an audacious thing to say, because he's the one that put them on this ship. He's the one that rounded up all of these people and put them together and essentially put them in harm's way. Sort of. Our assessment of these Thargoid-worshipping extremists has been proved correct. He told the Federal Times hijacking the Dedicant to deliver it to their alien gods is an act of treason and mass murder. Interesting. Now, so the Dedicant was found, and there are a number of audio logs. So we are fortunate, or I guess you could say fortunate, we're fortunate enough to get some audio from those logs. I don't have the audio. I'm not going to play it on this show, but let's just say that it is terrifying. It's not cool. It is absolutely horrifying what happened to those people. And I think that this kind of rhetoric from the federal government is disgraceful. It really is. And you put these people in harm's way. You basically fed them to aliens. And then you're going to sit here and continue to bash them. These are dead people. And you should let the dead rest. But my God, this is just ridiculous, some of this stuff. This is political maneuvering. He's looking to boast and say, look at what I tried to help these crazy cultists, but they ended up being eaten by their god. So it's like he's trying to win points, and in my opinion, it really just shows how shallow a lot of all these politicians are. I have ordered the Proactive Detection Bureau to root out every deluded individual with sympathies for this twisted cult. There comes your witch hunt. So the Federation has gone full witch hunt, man. I wouldn't want to be a federal citizen at this point. Looks like religious liberties are gone. And, automatic life sentences will ensure that these traitors never again put innocent people at risk. This is like martial law. What's going on in the Federation, man? That's crazy. The declaration brought political pressure on all three presidential candidates to state their intention for the Far God cult should they be elected. Vice President Jerome Archer, I will be pleased to continue President Hudson's policy on dealing with these religious fanatics, stricter controls, increased surveillance, and tougher sentences. Tough sentences, mandatory life sentences for belief. For belief. That is completely antithetical to a free society. You should not be jailing people for their beliefs. You should be jailing people for their actions. People have all kinds of crazy beliefs, but when they act on them and those beliefs hurt other people, that's when you need to step in. This is just basically saying that if you believe something, you're going to jail. I don't buy that. That's not cool. Shadow President Felicia Winters, regardless of their misguided beliefs, thousands of former citizens also lost their lives in the Thargoid attack. I am lobbying for an independent security review into these tragic events. That is the middle-of-the-road approach to this. She's not condemning them. She's not supporting them. She's really looking at it from a security standpoint. It wasn't just Far God cultists or Far God adherents that were killed in this event. There was all the staff and the support people that were making the megaship go. So you can't forget them as well. So Zachary Rackham, hear me out. Oh, God. This guy. There's a simple solution to this all. When I'm president, only criminals will pay tax. That will be a far more effective deterrent than imprisonment. I like that. Jesus, I like that. You commit a crime, you're the one that pays taxes to keep things running. Oh, that'd be such a great deterrent. You'd know who was a criminal by whether they had to file taxes or not. It's not really an effective solution to criminal justice reform there, Zachary, but nice try. Seems to be all he understands is money, though. You ever notice that? Every one of his ideas have to do with taxes or money or something like that. He rarely kind of focuses on the security aspect of things. It's just really weird. Dr. Alfred Ulanov, an expert on the Order of the Far God, observed that the cultists had no way of communicating with the Thargoids. The deeply distressing logs found on the Dedicant prove that the arrival of the Thargoids was unexpected, and certainly not the rapturous experience they believed it would be. There is a particular log of a woman, and she says something along the lines of "it's beautiful" or something like that, and then there's this horrific clicking noise, and she screams, and you can hear in an instant how she goes from bliss to terror. This was not planned. I don't believe for a moment that the Far God order knew what they were getting into completely. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I'll finish the article, and then I kind of want to give a small monologue about that moment, because there's a lot to that log, I think, personally. The Federal Intelligence Agency is continuing to investigate the Dedicant and this HIP 19600 system. The Alliance's amnesty program with the Federation has been officially halted, but the Far God religion remains legal in most Allied territories. Yeah, I could see that being halted because you've got a ship that was massacred. There's got to be investigations, and you don't want to continue something like that potentially puts more people in danger if it follows the same route. Okay, so let's talk real quick. I want to talk about the log. Because the log, if you get a chance, visit the Dedicant or check out or do a search and find the video and the audio of this woman and this event, because there's something spiritual about this. Okay, it goes from bliss to terror in a moment. These are people that have spent a good portion of the last few years worshiping the Thargoids. They see the Thargoids as the agents of a supreme God that lives in deep space, the Far God. And so the Thargoids, in a sense, are angels or demons or whatever. They are the spiritual ambassadors of the Far God. And so let's talk religion for a moment, because in religion, one of the key elements of most religions, especially monotheism, is fear of God. It's not a fear in terms of cowering and unwilling to interface, but a fear of the wrath and the judgment of God, because that judgment is coming for everyone. So in your religion, there is that ultimate judgment. Whatever it manifests itself as, whatever that person believes, there's going to be that ultimate moment where everything they've ever done in life, they're going to face that. That's a terrifying thing. Imagine standing there and having to answer for every little thing you said, did, thought, everything. It would destroy most people. It probably does. And so, in my opinion, and I may be stretching it a little bit here, but the bliss of meeting their God and then being judged for their actions, killed for their actions, whatever those are. It's that fear of judgment. We got to see, we got to hear the final judgment of the far God order by their gods themselves. The Thargoids, as the God messengers of the far God himself, cast judgment down on the far God order, and we got to hear it. And I'm going to say I'm not happy with it. I don't think that's the way I would want to go. Yeah, who knows? Maybe there's a far God paradise and they're living their best life, but it sounds to me like they were judged harshly by their gods, and it wasn't the blissful reunion or union that they expected it to be. So anyway, these are the disciples. These are my disciples. These are the people that make this channel possible and keep things going around here. I couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you for your continued support. If you're interested in supporting what I do, please go to patreon.com/Commander Exorcist, and you too can help to support this channel. It supports all of my work across all social media, and it would be greatly appreciated. Hey, everyone, I know it went a little bit longer today, but I have been gone, and this was kind of a deep subject that I really wanted to get into, especially talking about the theological elements. I think that there's a very spiritual aspect to this, terrifying and unfortunate spiritual aspect to it, but witnessing Thargoid revelation through audio logs is pretty incredible, and that's the exciting part of what we do, of what we live in. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching, and fly safe, watch your backs, and I will see you out there. Good night, Commanders.